Hello K-freaks and welcome back to my channel. Around this time, I usually like to make some ideas for going back to school, and this time it wasn't gonna be different. Today, I'm going to show you 3 simple ideas with just a few materials to design your notebooks that I personally love. I would like to read in the comments which one is your favorite idea. Of course, before starting, don't forget to leave down below ideas that you want to see in the future, and also don't forget to subscribe, because legend has it that if you do, you will receive your favorite album on your next birthday. Now, without further ado, let's begin. For the first idea, we will need a notebook, the template that I will leave in the description box adapted to the size of the notebook you have chosen. You can change its size using programs like Photoshop, Word, or even Google Drive for free. The pictures that you are going to place in your music player. You can print several as they can be easily exchanged. A sheet of acetate or transparent plastic that you can perfectly recycle from a container or a box. An X-Acto knife, cutter, or even scissors. Double-sided tape or some type of glue that can be used with paper. I have printed my template on sticker paper already. I forgot to show it, but I also used a black vinyl to cover the notebook, but paint can perfectly be used instead. We will start by covering the notebook with vinyl or painting it. I don't know why my camera did not record this step, but I think it's quite simple. The next thing will be to glue or stick the already cut template right in the center. As I mentioned before, I have printed it directly on adhesive or sticker paper, but if not, you can use glue to stick it. Time to cut. To do this, we will place something hard behind the cover to not damage the inside. And with the help of a ruler, we will cut out the center part where the photos will go, getting something like this. Optionally, you can paint the internal line of the frame to cover any part of the notebook that may be visible. We will use the centerpiece to cut out the photos that will go into the music player, leaving a 1mm border on all sides. We will do this to all the pictures we have printed. Next thing will be to cut a square of acetate that covers the hole perfectly on the inside of the notebook. I have glued it with double-sided tape, but you can use any glue that you have on hand that does not melt the acetate, of course. We could leave it like that and stick the photos from the back with washi tape or some tape that is easily removable, but I have preferred to cut another square of acetate with a slight indent to make a kind of pocket that holds the photos. To make sure they will fit nicely and won't move inside the pocket, I'll use one of the photos as a guide to attach the double-sided tape. Of course, I recommend that you leave a few millimeters around the border so they don't fit as tight as my photos were. And ready! We have our switchable photo notebook, perfect for the ones we can't help being multi-fandom. Now, let's move to the second idea. For this one, we will need a notebook. The design that I will leave in the description box, I will leave both this sheet with different sizes as well as the individual design in case you need to print a different size. I used sticker paper again to print it, but you can do it in normal paper and use glue. Colored papers to cover the notebook or paint if it's more comfortable for you. Double-sided tape or the glue of your preference. A black marker for the title. And tracing paper. The first step is not necessary, but to me, as long as the cover can be removed, I like to do it to work, I don't know, more comfortably, and I totally recommend it. The next thing will be to paint or cover our notebook cover. This is something pretty easy and you can do it in your way. The end result must be something similar to this. To remake the holes, we can use a hole punch like this one, but in my case I prefer to do it with an X-Acto and a lot of patience. Once the holes are done, let's move to the title or writing that will go on the center of the notebook. I recommend that with the help of a ruler, you find the center before transferring the template. You can use tracing paper for this or scratch the back with a pencil as we have done in so many previous tutorials. We will trace carefully but using pressure so that it transfers correctly. Once done, we will use the chosen marker to trace it again. It is time to cut out the stickers or designs that will be placed on the notebook. Without a doubt, this is the longest and the most tedious task, but a Korean drama or a little of K-pop will do it to keep you entertained, so good luck with that. This is optional, but I wanted to make the word butter shine with a white marker. I think it looks better. Before gluing the stickers, it is best to find the layout that you like the most. Once we are happy with the result, we can take a photo of it for reference. But obviously, while we are sticking them, we can always make changes that we like more. I recommend putting some on the edge. I feel like it adds more style and make it like more, I don't know, professional. Just fold towards the back the excess parts of the edge stickers. I wanted to show you this other design I made of banana uyu or banana milk, which I really love. I designed this little sticker and the steps I have followed have been exactly the same, as you can see. Isn't it ultra adorable? This is how both covers look, and now the only step remaining is to put them back in the notebook. The truth is that I adore the result, and it is not because I have done it. Also, I have placed both covers on the same notebook so that each side could be used for a different subject. Done! Let's move to our last idea. For the third and last idea, we will need a notebook, obviously, the reference photo to make our drawing, tracing paper, although if you don't have it, don't worry. As I mentioned before, we can always use the pencil trick on the back. Paint and markers. We will start by painting a base color to the notebook. Remember to protect the inside by placing a sheet of paper behind the cover. In my case, I had painted the notebook white, but then I decided that I wanted to add a little color to the background. So I'm just doing that right now. As always, remember to let it dry very well between layers. Once dry, we are going to draw the shapes that will go on the bottom. The truth is that for this, there is no template or pattern. Just draw imperfect shapes, the less symmetrical the better. First in pencil to be able to make changes in case you don't like them. This is how my shapes ended up looking. Once you have them, it's time to paint. Experiment with colors, combining the paints that you have at home to create the tones that best suits your design. And simply try to make the lines as clean as possible. You are going to paint the shapes and let them dry very well. Now, using tracing paper, we will outline the photo that we have chosen. In my case, to make my work a little bit easier, I have already made a drawing on my tablet, and in fact, I will leave it in the description box in case you want to use it. Anyways, it is as simple as tracing and following the silhouettes, adding also some details of the hair and clothing. I decided at the last minute that I wanted to add the text of this style under the photo, so I did the same thing with it. Once we have our drawing, it's time to go over it with a black marker. If you find a finer tip than mine, would be better. For some reason, my tracing paper stained the notebook a lot. I don't know if it was from the heat or maybe I squeezed it too much, I don't know. So we just carefully go over the whole drawing. This last step is optional, but when I finished, I felt like something was missing. You can use gold marker, but I had this one which is a special glue for gold leaf, so I just drew some dots and sparkles and finally added the gold leaf to it. And ready! We are done. I hope you liked the video a lot. If you make this DIY, I would love to see it on my social media. Don't forget to follow me there because we will have news and games. I'm still settling up, so please bear with me. Also, don't forget to leave me in the comments what you would like to see in future videos. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Annyeong!